What's going on, Broncos country? How's everybody doing today? This is Through the Bronco, back with another live chat. Excuse me. Um, I came across, excuse me, something that Matt Berry had published. I mean, after the first couple, you can say lines, not paragraphs. I just had to just stop listening, stop reading to it because this is the thing. Come on, man. Last year was last year. I get the rust bashing last year, but it was still no need for rust bashing. Come on, man. Like, find something better to talk about instead of Russell Wilson bashing. You know what I mean? I mean, there's better things to talk about, better subjects on social media, and then on especially regular media. You know, stop that, stop that, because it's annoying and it's sickening, and then it gets tired. That man. Of course, he's a football player, but he's a human too. He has feelings too. Come on now, y'all with that. But this is the subject that I'm talking about today, and I know I was supposed to be back with some more staff updates too. I'm gonna promise you, I'm gonna do that this weekend. Be back tomorrow. Might get back on here sometime late at night. My wife and her moms and them took the girls out, took her daughters out. On a birthday cruise. They left today. Be back Monday, so I could do what I want right now when it come to podcast and don't have to share the computer. So, but I mean, this right here really makes no sense to me. No sense at all. Like last year, they was getting on him when he first came to Denver. Oh man, you should have seen all the signs that was up. Russell Cook in Denver, and signs like that. Okay, some of that was Russ's fault. Some of that was the coach's fault. Some of that was Nathaniel Hackett's fault. Some of that was everybody, the whole team fault. There was no discipline. I mean, when it comes to a professional football team or any professional sport, there's got to be discipline. You know, even though you have a star quarterback, he doesn't supposed to have his way because then that start making the players feel like Rich Homie Quan, and they start feeling like a type of way or something. It don't really make sense to me. Really don't make sense. But to keep going on and on with it, needs to stop. I mean, what could I say? Like, I mean, it goes on like, okay, when Nathaniel Hackett got fired, people were just speculating on who the Broncos was going to, who was going to be, and who they was going to look at in the hiring process. Nathaniel Hackett. I mean, when he got fired, first name that come up was Jim Harbaugh because he has connections with Condoleezza Rice and Greg Penman and his wife because they went to Stanford too. So That was that connection. But then Sean Payton's name came up. Then we saw Russ get on the podium and say he's pulling, rooting for Sean Payton to come to Denver. Come to Denver. I think Russ, he really wanted Sean Payton. If Russ was still in Seattle, I mean, I think that's who he really wanted to be his coach because he wanted to learn how to do more things. He looked up to Drew Brees. You know what I mean? He idolized Drew Brees. He idolized what Sean Payton did with Drew Brees, and Drew Brees is, they about the same size, but they're two different quarterbacks. Drew Brees is a pocket quarterback. Russ is kind of a mobile quarterback, but Russ is getting older, so I guess he want to learn how to do both, stay in the pocket, do all that other stuff, plus be mobile. You know what I mean? So I mean, with all that other stuff, I we gonna see this year because this year is a proven year for Russ. You know what I mean? This year, Russ really has to prove himself. I ain't gonna really say prove himself because he showed what he could do in the last 2 weeks of the season, last two games. He played a hella fighty game against Kansas City. You know what I mean? Almost won. You know what I mean? But almost doesn't count. You know what I mean? Right. Brandy made that song. Almost doesn't count, but it really doesn't. But we pulled off. We beat the Chargers. We seem to usually always split with the Chargers, right? That's just by nature. No matter what's going on there, they they the Chargers, right? They ain't the Chargers for no reason. They the Chargers, so we usually gonna split with the Chargers. How about that, right? But this year coming up, the 2023 season, it's gonna be a remarkable, spectacular season. You know, and I'm praying to God that I'll be here to see it. You know, if everything goes right, maybe I could come to Denver and be in the stands with my Bronco gang brothers and sisters. You know what I mean? I would love to come to Denver, man. It's amazing there. You know what I mean? So that's one of my goals this year. Try to get my money right and come see a game. Who wouldn't want to come see a game? I mean, that's I'm banging the table for that. And listen, everybody has a down year. I mean, everybody has a down year. Tom Brady had a few down years. Why was it Jerry Rice had a few down years? Joe Montana, all the greats have down years. Even Peyton Manning, even before them, had down years. Last year, the 2022 season was just a down year for us. That's all it was. It was just a down year. A down year. All right. So be it. But I ain't worried about this year. Nobody in their mind should be worried about this year. I mean, Sean Payton gonna make a lot of these players mad. Like he said, he's not for everybody. So those who don't like him, or you know, I'm gonna just say this: the bad bunch, the people that always was trying to point the finger at Russ and wasn't pointing the finger back at them, but it's the same. If you point your finger at somebody, you also have a finger pointing back at you, right? So you gotta look at that. I guess they didn't want to, it's like Don Risner when he pushed Brad Whippen. That was what the last game of the season, something like that, whatever. When all that stuff broke out, that was led to then you had getting fired, and then the fight on the field and stuff. So you know that's what a loser. That's what happens when a team is losing. The dysfunction starts show. But that just wasn't Russ. Even George Payton said at the end of the year, at the end of the season presser, he said, all the stuff was it's not on Russ. It's a lot of blame to go around. He said even on him. You know what I mean? So not worrying about nothing. Sean Payton is gonna come in. He's gonna see who want to be there and who don't want to be there. You know what I mean? So everything's gonna get figured out. This year we're gonna have I promise you there are gonna be some changes coming. A lot of changes coming because I read somewhere where the Broncos are quietly shopping Cortland Sutton. Mm, quietly, right? But if it was quietly, why would the media know if they're quietly shopping Cortland Sutton? They might not be actively shopping them, but they trying to probably see what they could get for him. Certainly, because there's going to be a lot of changes, including to that wide receiver room. We just signed a ex New Orleans Saint, but he also played with other teams too. So you know what I mean. But he wasn't. I forgot who we got him from. He might have been on somebody's practice squad, but you know, little Jordan Humphrey, we just signed to a contract, so now he's on a 90-man roster. You know, Sean Payton is familiar with him because he was on the Saints for a couple of years. I got the stats somewhere, but I don't have them next to me. So I'm gonna have that next time. You know what I mean? Even if I gotta write it on paper and have the paper and read off the paper. You know what I mean? Just so I could be more accurate or whatever. But he played with the Saints. That's the first Saint. But if you look at the coaching staff right now, there's about like 9 former Saints coaches. It's a lot of them. If not 9, but I think it's about 9. That's what I heard one read. That's what I read from one media site. You know what I mean? Might be a lower number, might be 8, but it's a lot of Saints, former Saints coaches. You know what I mean? That follow Sean Payton. It's going to be a lot of players that's going to follow Sean Payton too. Wednesday. Start free agency, the first day of it. But they got the legal tampering period That starts. Um, it starts Sunday, but a lot of people say Monday. But I was listening to NFL Network. They're gonna be there all day Sunday to see what's going on. So I guess in their eyes and their minds, it's gonna start Sunday. So I'll be with my head tuned in, tapped in, to check it out, see what's going on. Oh, excuse me, that's that old English, y'all, that old roll. That's why I grew up on drinking. So they sell it here in North Carolina, mind you. So yeah, I just figured that out. It's at a store near me. You know what I mean? So, but there's going to be a lot of changes to the wide receiver room. I mean, the Broncos never really focused on the O line in a while. Like we ain't have a good O line since Super Bowl 50. Super Bowl 50. I mean, everything was dominant from the offensive line to the to the secondary. You know what I mean? To linebackers, everything. The no fly zone. You know what I mean? But the offensive line hasn't been good since Super Bowl 50. And it got worse. Got worse, truly. Because they never really paid attention to it. They just plucked the starter here from this team, plucked the starter here from that team, you know. But this year, really, it's gonna be a lot of changes. So, and from what I'm hearing, um, it's gonna be about maybe anywhere to three new starters on that offensive line this year. You know what I mean? So changes are coming, and like Sean Payton said, you know, he's not for everybody. So that means we don't got to worry about Russ. Russ want to be coach, and Russ want to be coach hard. That's what he told Sean Payton that night. I guess when they all met for dinner, they had a dinner together or whatever. Russ treated everybody. Think Joe Montana was at that dinner too. Hear me? But that's the buzz. Russ wants to be coach hard. Nathaniel Hackett didn't coach Mark. That was the thing. Hackett let Russ do what Russ wanted to do. Hackett didn't say, Russ, no, you can't do that. Us as a team, we're gonna do things this way, not that way or your way. We're gonna do it my way. He was a head coach, but you could tell he was so like enamored, like flabbergasted by when they uh when he was introducing Russell Wilson at the podium that day. You know what I mean? I remember that. He said, "Oh, wow, F- Russell Wilson, freaking Russell Wilson. What he didn't know that he could have a player like that. Yeah, I don't know. You know what I mean? Was he really a big kid like a lot of people saying that? But then Haggett is a big kid. Who knows? But he's a good coordinator. I'm not taking nothing wrong. I'm not. This is not Nathaniel Hackett bashing. I'm just trying to just express some things like everybody. Russell Wilson bashing, man. It's not that time, man. Broncos country, we standing up. The real Bronco country, you got a lot of people that say they Broncos country and really not. Like it's a lot of imposters in Broncos country for real. You know what I mean? So I just had to put that out there, man, because I'm sick of turning around every day when I pick up and I might go to you know, the Broncos Y or I might go to Bleacher Report and tap Bronco news or whatever. You know what I mean? Or or listen to NFL Network and you know they bashing them. They bashing them. Like, come on, man. Like, I get it. That's what people get paid to do. Y'all get paid. Talk, yeah. Everybody know Denver was bad last year. Denver hasn't been good since 2015, since the Super Bowl. We haven't been good since the Super Bowl. Had one winning season, and that was in 2016, the year before Gary Kubiak said he was going to retire. Right. That's the last time in 2016 the Broncos had a winning record, and it was 9-7. And the Broncos missed the playoffs that year. Right. So what good is that? What is that? 9-7, but still miss the playoffs and get a chance to go to the shit. I mean, we had Trevor Simeon leading us that year, so I mean that was Trevor Simeon. You know, Chev had retired after the Super Bowl. Then after that, it's just been mediocre, mediocre. Plug-in quarterback after plug-in quarterback. Then Vic Fangio comes. John Elway likes Drew Lock. Wow. But in that drive, we had a chance to get Josh Rosen. No, not Josh. Oh, not I'm sorry, not Josh Rosen. I mean Josh Allen in that drive. We could have got Josh Allen. Matter of fact, in that draft, we could have even got Dak Prescott. I need to look that up, but I mean, I know there was better quarterbacks in that draft, so it's one of them. So, but you know, I mean, I like the Drew Lock, but did Drew Lock have a fair shot, fair chance? And Denver, no, I don't think so. Vic Fangio didn't get along with Rich Gangarello. It, I think if Vic Fangio had kept Rich Gangarello, True Lock would have been a good quarterback. Because in that 5 game audition at the end of that year, when Drew Lock came in, he looked it all right. He looked it good. So okay, now we getting ready for the next season with Drew Lock as a starter, and then like wow, but no Rich Gangarello, right? Pat Sh- Pat Shermer comes in. God, oh wow, really, Pat Shermer? That's just what it's been like. So all this rush bashing, man, people need to stop it. That's just what I'm talking about. I was just trying to put lot of examples out there. You know what I mean? But please stop that rush bashing. Broncos country, we need to come together and we need to pull for our team. We need to root for our team. I'm a Bronco fan, win or lose. Look at me. I got on the 23 Broncos jersey, right? Y'all know who that is. That's that 23 right there. That's that Ronnie Hellman. You know what I mean? So got on a Ronnie Hellman jersey right now. But I'm gonna end this stream. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna go longer probably tomorrow, but today I'm gonna just end this stream. So, and I'm in it like this. Listen, Broncos country, that Maha Magic is coming back. You can feel it. I feel it. I definitely feel that Maha Magic coming back. Hope y'all do too. And then going in this with Maha salute, y'all.